Children today learn much different than they did 10, 20 years ago. And so we wanted to take advantage of what we know about how kids learn in our Bible school program. So we developed Crossroads. Crossroads is a renovation of the physical space and also the curriculum for all of our classes from nursery all the way up through 12th grade. And so for our nursery classes, we renovated our classrooms and redecorated them. And children learn Bible stories like they always have from the Old and the New Testament. And we engage them in crafts and activities like we traditionally have. We also incorporate videos and games and things to really engage them in the process of learning. For our kindergarten through 5th grade program, we use what's called a rotation model. And so in the rotation model, kids spend one class period in one of 4 different rooms. And when they come to Bible class, they'll rotate between these 4 rooms. And the 4 rooms are the Museum of Bible History, where kids are engaged in activities involving around geography and history and biblical artifacts.
Who did God tell to go rebuild the temple?
Who is Zerubbabel?
The Creator's Canvas, where kids are engaged in activities revolving around art and food. They come to the game room, where we play games. And we also go to the Holy Word Studios, where kids will either act out a Bible story in a skit, or they will watch a puppet show, or even watch a video on that Bible story. And so in each of our rotation classrooms, we teach the Bible stories, but we engage the kids in activities to really get them excited about Bible class and also to help them to learn and retain the information that we're trying to teach them.
The best part of the new curriculum that we've started doing here at Hoover, again, is they're interactive. I've got boys right now and they're very active, keeping them at a table, having them do color sheets are fun for a little bit, but getting them involved, getting them to see it, touch it, feel it, experience it, act it out, those are all things that I think they're going to be more memorable than just taking the sheet home or reading it or getting bored in class. So it's a lot more interactive, and I think for kids now it just makes it a lot more fun for them.
I like rotating room to room because it helps us learn about what the Bible story is, but in different ways.
Well, I think it's different than their school environment. So, you know, they, especially on Wednesday nights when they go to school all day and they come here, we don't want to sit them in a class and give them a sheet of paper and listen to us lecture at them for 30 minutes. So it allows them to experience different things. I think it helps them learn the material better, absorb it better, and it's a more hands-on experience for them to learn these various Bible stories that we're teaching them.
So the best part of the new curriculum to me, as a parent and as a teacher, kind of go hand in hand, because the sheer excitement that the kids have about coming to the rooms on Sunday and Wednesday night, they actually know what room they're supposed to be in because they've thought about it ahead of time. Just the excitement that it's brought to them and to me as a teacher of having something new and fresh and knowing they're excited about being there has been the best part.
My 2 favorite rooms are the Creator's Canvas and the movie room. I like the movie room because we get to dress up and all have roles to do a script, and the teachers don't have to do like a play for us. We get to act it out, and it's really fun and all. And in the Creator's Canvas, we get to make food, and my personal favorite, I don't really like it when we do papers and stuff. I like it when we make food and then we eat it. That's my personal favorite thing.
And the children know that just with the 4-class rotation, they look forward to moving and going to a new class. It's sort of like when you go from elementary to middle school, it's that excitement with changing classes. And I think it's more exciting when they go from classroom to classroom, and it's so bright and beautiful, and it correlates with what they're going to learn that Sunday or Wednesday.
For example, right now in our rotations, we're learning about Ezra and Nehemiah. And in the museum room, we're learning about how they rebuilt the temple. And so we brought in large stones. We're teaching kids about how they would have cut the stones in those times to build the temple walls. In the Creator's Canvas, we're learning about Ezra and how he led the people on a spiritual reformation. And so the kids are making edible scrolls that they can write on and even eat. In the game room, we're playing life-size Jenga to learn about how Nehemiah led the people to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem that had been torn down by the Babylonians. Who was the man who read the scriptures to all the people?
Ezra.
Good job. All right, find the block.
Can't just go.
And then in the Holy Word Studios, they're watching a puppet show in which Ezra and Nehemiah, through puppets, are talking about their stories.
Please join me in welcoming Ezra and Nehemiah.
For our junior high classes, it's a very important time in the life of a child as they are contemplating the decision to become a Christian. And so we spend 3 years between 6th grade and 8th grade covering very important things in the New Testament. We spend 1 year on the life of Christ. We spend 1 year on Acts of the Apostles and the plan of salvation. And we spend 1 year on the epistles and the structure and functions of the church. So for our senior high, we keep things a little bit more flexible. We spend time on topical subjects and also biblical studies because we want kids to be able to learn about what's most important for them at any given point in time. Parents have been very excited about what their kids have been learning and how much their kids are remembering from the Bible stories in our rotation classrooms.
I think from my perspective, it's kind of interesting to see how she's learning, because we'll talk about the class after when we're driving home, and she's rattling off the different things that she knows, and we learn some things too. So it's kind of nice to see how they're just fully engaged in what's going on.
I think the best thing about the new curriculum is that the kids are actually learning a larger chunk of the story over several weeks rather than one single Wednesday night or one single Sunday morning learning the story. They're actually building on different pieces of it, different components of it, so by the end of the 2 weeks, they really know the beginning to the end, and they understand it and they get it. A lot of times I teach in Creators Canvas, and so by the time they have rotated all the way around on that 4th session, they know the whole story, and I really don't even have to cover it with them. So that's been a really good thing about the curriculum. I feel like they're grasping it more.
I think how the kids will benefit from the new curriculum in the long run, or benefit from all this update, is just that hopefully instill in them the characteristics needed to go further in life. So sets them apart. I don't want them to just know Jesus, I want them to learn about Jesus. I don't want them to just know church, I want them to live it. So I think hopefully these new changes and the new curriculum will help them apply what they're learning into their everyday life.
So we want to thank everyone who's been involved with this whole process, those who have helped with our renovations, those who have helped write the curriculum. We want to thank our elders who have supported us in this whole process. And we want to thank our kids for coming to Bible class and for being excited about learning about God's Word.
Yes, Jesus